channel.
Alright y'all, we back with another Iron Round. Continuing on our Monster Bash tournament, this time with a Bloodsucker and a Walking Corpse. Round 1, Environment. Alright, let's talk about Solomon Grundy. His pros are, he has the Slaughter Swamp, is where his living form passed on and where he was resurrected once again. In this swamp, he has all the advantages and has fought countless powerhouses, some all at once. An attempt to end him here is next to impossible, as even if you turned him into dust, the swamp is the place that will always bring him back at such a rapid pace. With this, he'll just keep on coming. Now, Grundy's cons, obviously, if the fight were to move anywhere else, well, Grundy isn't completely helpless, but won't have the extra juice necessary to put someone like Blade out permanently. Take him outside the planet, and even more causes more concerns. Now, let's talk about Blade's pros. Almost everywhere is an advantage for him. Blade can strive in hot environments to cold ones, in the darkest places of the world to the brightest ones. He thrives in each environment because of his experience fighting in each platform. The ideal place would obviously be which would be a high-tech medical lab or a magical palace. Why these two? Well, the first one has endless supplies of blood capsules or tubes he can use to keep his hunger intact or to provide him more strength to his side. Having longer time to consider your next move is smart play when dealing with zombies that can go at you for an extended period of time. The second one, he may find himself with a mystical weapon necessary to put Grundy down for the count once and for all. Now, let's talk about Blade's cons, of course. Though he can adapt to environments, there isn't exactly locations where he would be able to gain more power or heal like Grundy can. Ultimately, though, there has to be one clear winner for this round, and my pick is Solomon Grundy. His swamp just has more to offer him during a fight, while Blade has very little places to do that. Alright, round 2, Preparation. Let's talk about Grundy's pros. He finds the gray source before time, and he has Blade's number, no question. Having power like that would make him unstoppable, and no matter what Blade throws at him, it will never be enough. This is honestly the best move Grundy will have at getting the upper hand against Blade. He can lure Blade to his location for the home field advantage, which isn't much of a move staying put, but it's a move nonetheless. Now let's talk about Grundy's cons, of course. Not the brightest guy, so prep time might not even work too much to his favor. He's known more for bronze than brains, so even if he were to come up with something, Blade might be able to spot it. Alright, now let's talk about Blade's pros. The hybrid has lived for years, gained so much knowledge and experience in his time. There is no question preparation is a favor to him. He can retrieve the hell or possibly the heaven weapons as well to battle ready against Grundy. Get his adamantium armor that withstand hits from the Hulk himself. A planet buster tier? Yeah, he has that kind of armor. Bring the necessary gear that can hold a muscle-bound character or equipment that can pierce through one. So basically, he has the time to gear up and be ready to cut Grundy, defend against Grundy, or use some additional tricks for the assistance. Now, Blade's cons, of course, his weapons are mostly vampire slaying ones, so he may not have the right weapon to put Grundy down once and for all. So even with the time to gear up, it might not make any difference. Ultimately, though, there has to be one clear winner for this round, and my pick is Blade. He clearly has more options to work with than Grundy does, plus the intelligence to actually know what to do with his prep time. The same can't be said about Grundy. Alright, round 3. Get it done. Alright, let's talk about Grundy's pros. The big man is hard to defeat. If you don't believe me, ask Superman, who stated he gets stronger when he comes back to life. He takes on more than one occasion a team of superheroes, not just ordinary ones, but powerhouses. He has fought till heroes have to isolate him just to beat him. Sorry. So pretty much he has defeated teams that couldn't keep up with them, to a point where they had to come up with a strategy to contain him somewhere and keep him trapped somewhere for good, or isolate him so he can't go anywhere near anybody or harm anyone. Yeah, that's the only way you could defeat the guy. He has bested characters who possess the green, another with Green Lantern's construct, and even those that are strong enough to lift entire universes. If he levels up with the great power, he definitely gets Blade's number at the end. It would take a bit of time to figure out how to slay this monster, in which, given the limited time, Grundy has the best odds at gaining the upper hand at some point during the battle, which may result in a few limbs removed from Blade, eventually resulting in squishing Blade's head with his own foot. Now, Grundy's cons: he doesn't possess anything but muscle to his name. Fighting with that limited gives plenty of space for Blade to strategize a play to overcome the beast. Not to mention, Blade is a type of person who can fight so he can dodge moves, and that's always going to be an option for him. So any kind of attacks that might come his way, Blade will be able to counter them. Alright, now let's talk about Blade's pros. In the newer comics, after drinking Dracula's blood, he was able to unlock his fullest potential, being able to phase through anything, meaning he can phase through Grundy's attacks, being able to turn into certain animals, allowing him to make himself harder to get a handle on, his speed even more insane, making him quicker to move out of the way and even deliver a thunderous blow himself. His weapon still might be able to pierce Grundy, as Green Arrow and Batman's equipment have done it before. This might help slow the big man down, or keep him somewhere he wants him to, like nailing him up against a wall for a short time. His weapons and armor have a huge role to play here. Now let's talk about Blade's cons, which he doesn't have the same strength level as Grundy, which could scream doom. A fight where it's left to fist isn't going to play out well for Blade, as he's not about muscle more than he is about skill sets. Anytime he gets a grip, it might be over for the Daywalker. Ultimately though, there has to be one clear winner for this round, and my pick is Blade. Some of you thinking, ain't no way. And you are right to be skeptical, but here we go. I'm basing this on who can get to whose weakness likely, and that was Blade. The only thing that has really weakened Blade officially was a red sun. Now, red sun isn't easy to come by normally, so Grundy being able to obtain it or have the good sense how to is very unlikely, whereas Grundy's weakness is more obtainable. You see, Grundy was taken out officially by an angelic weapon, in fact a very powerful one, but what's to say the rules don't apply to Lucifer's weapon? Lucifer is considered a fallen angel, and even if the weapon is forged by a demon, it is still considered a powerful weapon in the Marvel realm, and Blade has had his hands on it. Safe to say, Blade has the weapon, and Grundy wouldn't have a prayer to resurrect once again, resulting in Blade's win. Alright guys, that will about do it here. If you guys enjoyed this, as always, share, like, subscribe. And as always, No Press Fam, we really appreciate you guys keeping it 900 subs. Peace. Shout out to all my content supporters. We're not working together, but we like to give credit where credit is due. Ivan the Unstoppable for all the knowledge of comic feats, Watch Mojo for origins and for all the background videos, Comic Historian, Comics Explained, and key issues. Go ahead and check them out and tap into the world of comics by supporting other creators. Link to channels will be in the description below.